Space, the final frontier, is not for the faint-hearted. An infinite expanse stretching beyond the limits of our imagination, space is a realm of uncharted territories. Despite our best efforts and technological advances, we've barely scratched the surface of its vastness. Imagine this: we measure the enormity of space in light years. Now, a light year isn't some fancy term. It's the distance light travels in a year, approximately 6 trillion miles. That's right, trillion with a T. And yet, even this astronomical number fails to fully encapsulate the enormity of the cosmos. Space, in its awe-inspiring magnitude, is a testament to the boundless possibilities and mysteries that lie beyond our reach. It's a realm where our understanding of time and distance are challenged, and our place in the universe is put into humbling perspective. But with its vastness comes an array of terrifying facts. Imagine an environment of absolute silence. Picture this: you're floating in the vast expanse of space, away from the cacophony of Earth, and all you experience is deafening silence. Why is that? Well, it's because space is a vacuum, devoid of air or any other molecules that can carry sound waves. Sound, as we know it, is a vibration that travels through a medium, like air, water, or a solid object. But in space, there's no air to carry the sound from your voice to another's ears. Astronauts in their spacesuits and capsules can't rely on the traditional way of speaking and hearing. They use radios to communicate, which convert their voices into electronic signals that are then transmitted through the vacuum of space and converted back into sound at the other end. So it's true what they say: in space, no one can hear you scream. From scorching heat to freezing cold, space is a place of extremes. You might think of space as a vast, empty and cold void, but surprisingly, it's not always so. Depending on where you are in space, temperatures can swing dramatically. When exposed to direct sunlight without any atmospheric insulation to soften the blow, temperatures can skyrocket to a scorching 250 degrees Fahrenheit. That's hot enough to roast a turkey. On the flip side, when you drift into the shadow, away from the sun's warming rays, temperatures can plunge to an unimaginably cold -250 degrees Fahrenheit. That's colder than the coldest temperature ever recorded on Earth. In space, there's no middle ground, no lukewarm. It's either searing hot or bone-chilling cold. The temperature swings can literally freeze or fry you. Ever been scared of a bullet? Wait until you hear about cosmic rays. The universe is not just full of stars and galaxies, it's also home to these high-energy particles that streak through space, nearly at the speed of light. These aren't your ordinary particles, they're protons and atomic nuclei, accelerated to incredible velocities by the most energetic processes in the universe. Think of them as cosmic speeding bullets. They zip through space, carrying so much energy that they can damage spacecraft and even pose a risk to astronauts. Our planet's magnetic field and atmosphere act as a shield, protecting us from these cosmic invaders. But out there in the cosmos, there's no such protection. Astronauts on long missions like those traveling to Mars could face a real risk. It's a threat we're still learning how to counter. So as we reach for the stars, we must also grapple with the dangers lurking in the cosmos. In space, you're at the mercy of these cosmic speeding bullets. Black holes, the universe's ultimate trap. These cosmic phenomena are regions of space where gravity is so strong it warps the very fabric of space and time. Imagine a pit so deep and steep that anything unfortunate enough to fall in cannot climb out. That's a black hole for you. Black holes pull with an immense force, a gravitational pull so powerful that nothing, yes, absolutely nothing, not even particles or electromagnetic radiation like light, can escape from it. They are like the ultimate vacuum cleaner of the universe, sucking in everything that ventures too close. What's more intriguing is the mystery that surrounds what happens inside a black hole. The laws of physics as we know them cease to apply, time distorts, space twists, and matter condenses into a singularity, an infinitely dense point. Once you're in, there's no coming out. The ultimate point of no return, that's a black hole for you. The vacuum of space, a deadly force. Imagine this: you're floating in the middle of nowhere, surrounded by a vast, unending expanse of nothingness. This is the vacuum of space, where there's no air, no pressure, no nothing. In this absolute void, any unprotected human would meet a swift and brutal end. Without a spacesuit, the human body would be exposed to the harsh conditions of the vacuum. The drop in pressure could cause the body's fluids to boil at body temperature, a phenomenon known as ebulism. The lack of oxygen would lead to unconsciousness within 15 seconds and eventually asphyxiation. Even if you could get back inside a spacecraft, the sudden decompression could cause potentially fatal injuries. It's a reality that astronauts must always be prepared for, a constant reminder of the lethal nature of the environment beyond our Earth. Space isn't just about the beauty of the stars and galaxies, it's also a realm of extreme danger. In space, the vacuum is lethal, Hume. Space, a junkyard of debris. Yes, you heard it right. Our space, the vast cosmic sea that surrounds our planet, is not as clean and empty as it seems. Over the years, we have left behind a trail of waste, creating a perilous cloud of space debris. Imagine millions of pieces of junk, from defunct satellites to lost astronaut tools, all orbiting Earth at breakneck speeds. These fragments, some as small as flecks of paint, others as large as spent rocket stages, pose a significant threat to our astronauts and the satellites that aid in our daily lives. A collision with these pieces of debris, traveling at speeds up to 17,500 miles per hour, could spell disaster. It's a problem that's only getting worse, with each collision creating even more debris in a destructive chain reaction known as the Kessler syndrome. In space, even a tiny speck of paint can be deadly. Space, the epitome of loneliness. This vast, infinite expanse that we yearn to explore is not just physically daunting but mentally challenging as well. In the depths of space, astronauts are confronted with a level of isolation that's unimaginable here on Earth. Imagine for a moment that you're light years away from the familiar blue sphere we call home. You're surrounded by a sea of darkness, punctuated only by distant stars. There's no sound except for the hum of your own spacecraft. You're in constant communication with mission control, but the delay in transmission reminds you of just how far away you really are. The psychological impact of this isolation can be overwhelming. It's not uncommon for astronauts to experience bouts of depression, anxiety, and other mental health issues. This is a side of space travel that's often overlooked, but is just as dangerous as any physical risk. In space, you're truly alone. Weather on Earth is unpredictable, but space weather is far worse. Now let's delve into the fickle and often frightful realm of space weather. Imagine the worst storm you've ever seen on Earth, multiply that by 1,000, and you might start to grasp the intensity of space weather. Solar flares, gigantic eruptions on the sun, spew out high-energy particles that can wreak havoc on satellites and even pose a risk to astronauts. These flares can be as powerful as 1 billion atomic bombs. Then we have coronal mass ejections, or CMEs, which are massive bursts of gas and magnetic field that explode from the sun at incredible speeds. A direct hit from a CME can cause substantial damage to our planet's electrical systems. The unpredictable nature of these phenomena can quickly turn a seemingly routine space mission into a disaster. It's a continuous reminder of how space, in all its grandeur, remains a daunting and unpredictable frontier. Space weather can turn a routine mission into a disaster. The unknown, the most terrifying aspect of space. Our knowledge about the cosmos, despite our technological advancements, remains but a drop in the vast ocean of cosmic mysteries. We've yet to fully grasp the nature of dark matter or dark energy, those elusive entities that make up a staggering 95% of the universe. We are still puzzled by the phenomenon of quantum entanglement, where particles seem to communicate faster than the speed of light. There are countless stars, galaxies, and potentially life forms yet undiscovered. Our understanding of the universe's beginning and its ultimate fate is still a work in progress. This vast unknown is both exciting and terrifying. It fuels our curiosity, drives our exploration, and yet, it also instills a profound sense of humility. After all, we are but a tiny speck in the grand cosmic scheme. Space, a beautiful mystery, yet a domain of terror and the unknown.